Om Shanti. Good evening. So, welcome to all of you who have taken out your time this Sunday evening to attend this beautiful Sunday evening talk. So, coming to the topic of today, healing of the subconscious, right? So, there's a nice proverb saying that, know that you can remake yourself by giving a new blueprint to your subconscious mind. And so our speaker for today is Brother Prashant Kakoday, who is a senior Raj Yoga faculty. He has been practicing Raj Yoga meditation and spiritual knowledge for the past 35 years. So Dr. Prashant Kakoday, born in India and presently based in Cambridge, has a background in ENT surgery and integrated health. He has authored a few books, and his views on health entitled The Concept of Total Health were presented in various medical institutions, including the WHO. His main interests are in the field of psyche, emotions, behavior, and health. He has organized and coordinated, along with others, a few retreats for scientists titled Science and Spirituality within UK, Greece, and the USA. And his ideas on consciousness and health have led to him being invited to speak in more than 80 countries. He has spoken at various universities, medical schools, and organizations, including the United Nations in Geneva, and participates in different accredited medical training programs within the US. So he presently coordinates the Inner Space and the Center for Integrated Health in Cambridge, UK. And so, without any delay, let's welcome Brother Prashant onto the dais. With a round of applause. And please note that at the end of the talk, you will have a Q&A session where you all can ask your queries. Brother Prashant, welcome. Thank you.
Hello, and good evening, and always a pleasure for me to be in this city. Always liked the experience of this, and Shanti Sarovar is such a beautiful place within the country, I would say, and you are very lucky to have this access so easily. Today's subject is discussing about our subconscious mind. This is such a central subject for all of us, mind and the subconscious mind, because we are experiencing it 24 hours of the day. We can't be away from this mind and the subconscious mind. Agree? And so, our quality of life is not based upon how much gold do you have, but what is going on in the mind. Agree? Someone can have lots of gold but internally depressed. So it is not a great quality of life. But in our present education system, the huge emphasis is on improving the outer world, how your car can go a bit faster with all the speed bumps everywhere, and how your mobile phone can do the cooking for you. Is your mobile phone able to do the cooking for you? Then it is not the latest version. So there are millions and billions are spent to improve this outer world. But very little effort is made even to understand about mind. There are not many subjects that teach in most of the universities how to deal with the mind or just know about the mind. Even in the medical training program, if you are spending 7 years to get your basic graduation, we spend 2 weeks. I think the sound is a bit too loud, and if it can be a little bit lower. We spend 2 weeks in the psychology department during the 7 years, when 1/3 of your patients that you see are directly because of the mind-connected problems. Understand? You get an idea. But why? Even those who are teaching, they don't have the complete grasp of this subject. This is the reality. And that's why the problems are everywhere. Even psychologists have problems. One time we had a program in a psychology department, and we said, let us create a few minutes of silence meditation, and we created some silence and meditation. We were clear what we are going to practice, and one of their professors got up and said, to tell you the truth, we don't know about our own mind. And she said, I was not able to concentrate even for 1 second, she said, during this 1 minute. And I'm professor here, and I don't know about my own mind. He said, we know the statistics, we know the theories, we know our lectures, but we don't know about. This is with the psychology department, this is with the doctors. So you are very, very clever to understand this subject. So we'll try and explain this subject and understand the spiritual aspect to this, because that is what will help us understand how we can heal the subconscious. I'm going to use this very complex system and you will be able to see the images. Can you see? Can you see the images there? That's excellent. Thank you. So to know the mind, let us use an image of a stage performance. If there is a stage performance, there is always there is attention, the audience looking at the stage. So the mind is like a stage. Am I clear? So let us, and that is where the whole drama happens. Everything is happening there. Let me use another page. Let us call this mind. Am I clear? So this is acting like a stage. So if the mind is a stage, who are the actors? What would you say are the actors? If the mind is the stage? Thoughts. So different thoughts that are coming there, these are the actors. And within this, our cognitive apparatus, there is audience also within it. So let us see this audience. Audience is here. It is also within our cognitive apparatus. There is a mind, and there is a king there who is watching this mind, who is experiencing. So this what you see there as a star, he is the observer of the mind. And he is experiencing, he is understanding what is going on. Let us call him the king. So just word K for him. Inside there is a king who is experiencing the mind. Behind the mind, behind the stage is the backstage. What do you think is the name for the backstage? Subconscious. So in this backstage, there are many potential actors, different actors there. Just like any stage, here there are many others who may come on the stage sometime, but they are right now in the backstage. So that is the subconscious mind. And any actor manages to come on the stage, he becomes popular. For example, in your city, there may be many clever actors, they got the training actor. But if someone comes on the stage, comes on television, he becomes popular and he has more chances of coming to the stage again. Understand? It is a nourishment. He gets a chance to come to be invited again on the television. Same thing happens here. So this one actor comes on the stage, he becomes popular, it becomes a nourishment for him, he becomes stronger. And if he's stronger, he has more chances of coming on the stage again. The law here, or the principle of the mind, only one actor can come on the stage at any one time. Such is we can have only one thought at any one moment. We can have many thoughts, but it is one after another. Understand? Such is the principle of this mind. So they are all competing. These different actors are competing to come on the stage. So one of them becomes stronger, he is in a position to push others behind, and he come on the stage again. So suddenly the game changes. Some of these actors have become stronger, and they are now becoming bully. They don't let others come on the stage. They become stronger and stronger. They come on the stage again and again. This explains why 95% of our thoughts are cyclical thoughts. You understand? Cyclical thoughts? Same thought. We don't come with many new thoughts. We think the same thing that we have thought again. In the past, yesterday, we keep going through this rut. Does it happen here? Anyone has noticed cyclical thoughts? One girl, we were discussing something like this, and she said, I have been thinking of the same thing for last 14 years. It is harassing me. I want to become free. One student, so she is hardly some 25 years of age. He said, I've been thinking of the same thing for last 14 years. Something might have happened. Someone might have done something wrong. She said, I can't be free from that. It is harassing me. But this, one way or the other, we are caught in this cyclical thinking. This makes our system very inefficient. Imagine 90% of the traffic was going around a block. It brings the whole city to a gridlock. Agree? Some useless circle going on there. So same thing here. If we are cyclical thoughts, they are not useful thoughts. They are wasteful thoughts. You don't need them. But you are caught in these thoughts because there is a bully behind. He wants to think of this. Now within this subconscious mind, there are other actors also. We can call them good guys. Understand? Some of these good guys are also here. I wanted to show them in different color. Let us see if I can get other color. So yeah, good guy I am showing in green. So these are the good guys, and we want them to come on the stage. But when there are these other bullies, they don't let these good guys come on the stage. So that is what is happening. So far this system is working, yeah? So congratulations for the team that made this work. So this is good. So we are seeing here that there is a stage, there is a backstage, there is audience, there are actors. Anyone else is required if there is a performance? Director, yes. So if it was just left to them, then the bullies will be in charge of the stage. And the king there will have to put up with this chaos that is going on the stage. Understand? Because these few bullies are in charge, they are using the mind that way they like. It can be cyclical thoughts, they can be completely useless thoughts, negative thoughts. They don't mind, and the king suffers. But in the scheme of things, there is also the director. And the director, I'm showing the director in blue. Can you see? It is a bit faint color, I think. Can you see the director there?
Yes.
Yeah. So the director is always in charge of the stage. Nothing happens on the stage without the permission of the director. Director can tell who should come, what time, what he should do. That it is creating an echo, if it can be. When he should leave, he decides. The director decides. But director is in charge of the stage as long as he is awake. If he is not awake, then bullies are in charge. Agree? So there is a director. He should be awake. That is one thing. And the other thing is he has to be sensible. If he is confused, then also it is a chaos. If a director, if he himself doesn't know what is the plan, then he just brings the wrong actors on the stage in a wrong drama, and the king suffers all along. Am I clear? So right now, very fact that we got 95% of the thoughts, cyclical thoughts, and mental health problems are increasing everywhere, and some of the statistics tells us that over the last 60 years, we have got 4 times more depression, 30 times more violence, and 200 times more teenage addictions. 7 times more cirrhosis of liver, which means people drink more. So we are not progressing. Outer prosperity is increasing. Your mobile phone can do amazing things. And your car can go very fast over the speed bumps. But something is not going right. It is because the director is not doing the job properly. So if we want to change this mind and the subconscious mind, healing is that. So right now, if we are to see what is the situation of the subconscious mind, there are lots of these bullies there. They are ruling the subconscious and the conscious. We want to replace it, remove these bullies, and bring these good guys in the backstage. If there are good guys in the backstage, automatically stage will be performing a proper performance, and the king will be happy. That is our aim, to make the king happy. That is the mission of everyone. Is that right? But here, our own inner king, we should make him happy. So if we want to do anything there, we have to start with the director, because director is ultimately in charge of this. No one else can change it. Director can change it. And we now understand that director is maybe confused. And let us see if we can put that right at that level. You want to say anything at this point or ask anything? Now let us see what is the situation with the director, in what way he is confused. Let us say here is the world I am trying to show. I am showing a box here, but this is not representing the mind. This is representing the whole physical world. The entire physical world is represented by this box. Understand? So our city is within that box, and everyone that you know, everything you can see, touch, is all within that box. And Prashant is also within that box. Everything is in it. Tell me one word that describes what is happening in that box. What is happening in this universe, in this world? Change? Yeah, very good. Change is a law there. There is change. Constant change. Everything is changing. With change, what else happens? Drama. There is a drama. Actions. And with every drama, every action, there is a beginning and an end to every episode. So there is an end to everything. Whatever that you are seeing, it has an end. Agree? And that's like our gathering here. It was going to end. This body is going to end. Nothing is permanent. Such is the nature of this. And another very important word for us is it is unpredictable. We don't know what is to happen to this world next second, next minute. Such is the nature of this world. Fine, that is the nature. That shouldn't bother us, because that is the way. There are many things in this world are unpredictable. As long as I have the right attitude there, it doesn't create problem. For example, clouds are unpredictable, but they don't disturb me. But they will disturb me if I was to tie myself to that cloud. Then it will disturb me. Am I clear? So here, this world is there. Is it possible for us to tie ourselves in that world? And let me give another example. Here is a person, he's in another country or another town. Say he is in Delhi and you are here. Is it possible for you to tie yourself to him? Is it possible to create a bondage? No? Not physically. But in another way? How? Give an example. Emotionally. How? I think of many things. I think of Modi quite often. And there is no bondage, I think. Emotionally, how? Calling him to phone someone. But if I don't ring them, thinking about them. Yes. Yeah, we create a bondage by creating expectation. Apeksha. Yeah, that also. But here, you just create a desire, you create a bondage, because by creating a desire, he becomes powerful. He is in charge to fulfill the expectation. You give power to the other person. And then he is in a position to make you unhappy. So you create a desire, create something, then you are in bondage. If I just think of someone, there is no bondage. I think of him, he goes, there is no problem. Then if there is a bondage, then I can be caught in a circular thinking for different reasons. Because you are tied, you are caught. If you are in a rope, then you are not free. It depends upon the other person, what you are thinking of even. So one way is creating expectation. Another, if you start to think, I own that person. Just believe, there's no rope, but you are just thinking that person, my friend, my wife, husband, mine. In some form you feel I own. The person can be the object. Just by creating this ownership, you are creating a bondage. And then if that person disappears, if that object disappears, you will feel loss. There is a bondage, that's why there is a feeling of loss. Because we can create bondages. We don't need ropes to create a bondage, to get trapped. We can create these bondages ourselves. Now let us come to our famous box here. Anyone has got any bondages in this box? Anyone? Many? Yes? Yeah. Yeah. Now, if that is what is happening, who has allowed us to make such bondages in this? It is the intellect. The director has allowed us to go in that direction, starts claiming things in this. Mind is going on there. Does anything belong to me in that box? The truth about us is very, very obvious. What is the truth? Truth is that I have an entrance, and let me change the color. truth about me is this. I am passing through this. Agree? Anyone has got plans to stay here forever? If you are not making those plans, it means you are a guest and you have a guaranteed exit. And we all are going to leave this place. So this is the truth. So if just right now we have come here, we are using this place. I am using many things here. This and that and the screen, so many things. But I leave it here and I go. Understand now? I don't feel I lost anything because I am a guest. Same is true with our bigger journey. We are just passing through here. We have a guaranteed exit. But the director within us, he is confused. He doesn't tell us that we are having an exit and we are guests. We have a completely different position of the director. He says, mine, I want more. He is taking us in this direction. More bondages and more bondages. We call it downward spiral. And more a person is at this end of the spiral, greater is the misery. Helplessly, because I got so much to lose and so many things can go wrong now because I'm trapped in this. Bondages. If someone is at this end of the spiral, less bondages. But we have the option to be free from the bondages. But to live a life with bondages is not compulsory. There is a world, there are clouds, there are people. It is my choice whether I create expectations from them, whether I start believing I own them. It is my choice. I can create as many bondages as I like. I have also the option to remain free. But for this, the director has to be sensible. He has to understand the things better. Am I clear? So just this even understanding that we are guests. I like the word musafir. There are nice songs about musafir. No? So we are musafir, passing through this world, but we have an exit. But extra word, we are invisible musafir. We are travelers, but invisible. Why invisible? Because one who is spiritually intelligent, one who is sensible, he understands that not one atom in that box can belong to him. Just like I come here, I know I'm a guest here, nothing can belong to me. I leave it all behind, I go. So one who is sensible, he understands that not one atom in this box can belong to us because we can't take it with us. Agree? If they don't even belong to us, not one atom can belong to you, not one atom there can define you. You are a guest, but not made of atoms. That's why, if you are not made of atoms, the word invisible is a nice word for that. So you are the invisible traveler, invisible musafir, adrishya musafir, passing through this physical world. Lots of things, lots of goodies all around. A world of molecules and atoms and different colors, different images. They're all nice. But I don't need to get stuck in it. I need to see the bigger map. I have an exit. And nice. All these colors and all are nice. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. If you have this attitude, then you remain free. The nice word here for us is the word guest. And another word that goes with this is the word trustee. Right now, I'm a guest here, I agreed. But right now, I feel I'm responsible for this. If someone comes on to break this, I will protect this. I'm responsible. I'm responsible for this. And very responsible for this. You agree? Because even though it doesn't belong to me, but naturally I'm a trustee of it. No one has told me that I'm a trustee, but I feel trustee. In the same way, this invisible Musafir, he knows he is a guest. He doesn't want to get into trap, get into the ownership and claiming things and creating expectations. He knows he's a guest, but he knows he's a trustee. He's responsible for that. Now, just this understanding changes the game straight away. You will find that your attitude changes. You are now coming up the spiral. You are coming out of the bondages. Ordinary life, one director takes us down the spiral, create bondages and bondages. Here, for 1 minute, you are reminding yourselves that you are a Musafir, invisible Musafir, passing through this physical world. There are many, many things here, but I don't own anything. Just this awareness, you are finding different game, different feelings. You want to say anything? You want to add anything? Do you agree? Now what happens, when we create these bondages, I don't know why it is, when I touch this, that is when the rebound started, I think. See if that can be reduced. Echo. When I create this bondage, that's good. It is less. When I create these bondages, one thing that happens, the moment I say something is mine, let us say this word mine, what feeling comes to you? Say you go somewhere and you say this is mine. What emotion comes to you? Possessiveness, attachment, belonging. Yes, with all this feeling of mine, a possessive feeling, there is another feeling that comes, and that feeling is feeling fear of losing it. I feel insecure. Like you all saw me when I first came in, I was very happy. Now I feel this is my chair. And I see that she's also looking at this chair. And I'm feeling I might lose this. A bit worried about this. So the moment you create attachment, then only you can lose it. Subconscious fear starts straight away. And we don't like this fear. We don't like to feel insecure. And our whole the machinery starts to make myself secure. That's why there is desperation and desire. All our desires, behind it is just the intention to feel secure. Something in a complex way, we think it will make us secure in some way. So now there is a desire. If I feel uncertain whether my desire will be fulfilled or not, there's uncertainty. That is what we call stress. Stress is defined as desire, uncertainty, complex. Many things, various things. I took the example of the chair. It could be anything that you get into the bondage, and then you feel, I want something now to feel secure. And uncertainty, then there is stress. If you lose your desire, it takes the form of anger. Helplessly. If you lose it and you can't blame someone, then the anger is directed towards you and it takes the form of depression. Because you can't blame anyone. Some people are having the blame tendencies or their blame cultures, but some blame yourself. They feel guilty. So they end up creating depression or sadness. If your desire is not fulfilled, someone else gets it, you find yourself in comparison, envy, those feelings. You will see the whole department of our unpleasant emotions Their origin is this bondage that we create. That box that we saw is the cause of 100% of our sorrows, but it can give us sorrow only when you create a bondage. So this, and then it creates insecurities, and then you are in this all directions. Somehow you become free from any of these bondages, then you will find there is no anger with it, there is no stress with it. Like right now, for example, someone decides to take away this table and change it or break it. You might feel there is no sorrow with it. Understand? No? Because there is no bondage. Many things change and you don't mind because you don't have expectations of anything. You don't feel you own things. Same thing applies to everything. The same person, if he comes into the feeling of being the musafir, invisible musafir, then what emotion comes to him? He feels secure. Most important thing, he finds he's safe, he's secure, he got nothing to lose. He's a traveler, just like we said, we are guests, we come, we go, things change, and then something may be completely different arrangement next time, no problem. It is not mine. So the person who is a musafir, one who is a guest, he finds himself deeply secure. And when you are secure, it brings out the best in you. Only a secure person experiences peace. Only a secure person experiences happiness. Only a secure person experiences love. Agree? Only a secure person, all these things come with friends. Happiness doesn't come with itself. One who is happy is also content, and there is lightness, and there is a humor. He experiences all this. One who is, so where there is emotional stability, you will find there is better concentration. When there is that secure feeling, you come out with enthusiasm. So one who is secure, he is not lazy. There is motivation comes from enthusiasm. One who is insecure, his motivation is coming from fear or from insecurity. As if he is flogged, and it is forever, he is running, Whereas one who is secure, he feels he's secure, but he is creative. It comes from creative feeling, from enthusiasm, the positive motivators. Now, what we are seeing here, when you are in that space, it also means in this space, there is no reason for feeling sorrow. It is a stage without sorrow. All those things that you saw before, stress and anger and depressions, there is no place for that. You want to add anything? Say anything? We are seeing how this, what happens in our mind. It is good for us to know. Everything that happens, there is a root behind. Say someone gets anger, another person doesn't get angry in the same situation. Why not? Because there is a root behind. What kind of bondages you have created. That is the cause of the anger. And you need to address those bondages. So what we are seeing here, let me come to the sketch. This box that we saw, this is the cause of 100% of our sorrows. It's a cause of 100% of our vices. It's a cause of 100% of our depressions and desperations. It's a cause of 100% of our ego. If we are careless about the director, which director is using the mind, we will get all of this. Our present director is taking us in that downward spiral, and it is just going to increase. That explains why mental health problems in the world are increasing, because whole human herd is going in that downward direction. Understand? If we have the right attitude towards this, then you can be in the world, but there is no reason for ego or for desperations, for vice. It is not required. More of this downward the spiral, lower the quality of our life, regardless of your outer achievements. Understand that? So it makes sense that we have the right attitude, get our mind right, and then your inner quality is different, your inner attitude is different. So I would like to hear some thoughts from you. Any questions? Simple questions. Difficult questions afterwards. There will be more other experts. Yeah, some other experts are going to speak afterwards. Yeah, you want to?
Box is the one which gives us the happiness also.
Yes.
100% of sorrow, but you didn't mention anything about the happiness coming from.
That's good, very good. That box also gives us happiness. Is it true?
Temporary.
Even temporary, but it is happiness, no? So it is good. It is giving us happiness. What happens is, we saw earlier, you are secure, you are happy. We also have something called supersensuous happiness. We don't need cake to be happy. When there is no cake, no happiness. That is not the case. We experience our natural inner state is of happiness, of peace. Understand, no? The world is going on, but I don't need. There is one book written by one lady in Germany. She doesn't carry any objects. Not money, nothing. She does work. She just picks up some food that she needs for the day. Doesn't carry money. People have written books on her. She has written books. People have made films on her. Lots of funds are coming from that. It goes to some charity. She doesn't touch money. She says she's the happiest person. So she keeps her life very simple. So for happiness is not based upon the outer world. Our nature is happiness. Security is connected to happiness. Supersensuous happiness is atindriya sukh. This is a big area. But that is true. This box also offers happiness. But that happiness from the box takes you in the downward spiral. When I use the things of the box as a source of my happiness, it traps me, it ties me. I create a desire is fulfilled, it feels happy. But it just takes me further down.
The feeling of gratitude, how to remove that? It is even a bond, gratitude towards a person.
Will the feeling of gratitude, will it remove the bondage? No, the knowledge. We need to understand the bigger map. When I am seeing the world with a smaller map, then the intellect at the present time is not seeing. Like here we saw, there is a journey, the traveler has a journey, and then we are not able to see it. I'll give you an example. One mother, she shared her experience, the Cambridge, story. She says she was taking her son to his friend. Name of the son is Spin. I don't know what exactly his Spinoza maybe, but he's called Spin. And she would take him to his friend once a week. And they play for 1 hour. And she comes home with this boy, 4-year-old boy. And what happens? This boy cries for the rest of the 8 hours, she says. He enjoys being there for 1 hour. He comes home and he cries for 8 hours. And this happens each time. Each week she is taking him and they come home and he cries. He's missing his boy, his friend. What do you think is going on? She's asking me, what should I do? Should I stop going him? I want to give him some good time, but we end up giving him more sorrow than happiness. So what is happening? You must have come across similar situations. Okay. So what is happening? Emotional bond. And mother also is there, and she also likes to be with the people there, and she doesn't she doesn't suffer. So the boy suffers. Why? The one reason is children at that age, our understanding of the time is not clear. Understand? No? Children's. In fact, in our development, until the age of 7 months, we can't see 3 dimensions. Our world is 2-dimensional. So some 5-month-old baby, he wants this pen. I put it in the pocket. He doesn't realize that there is something, he can go behind this and pick up this pen. His world is 2-dimensional. So our gradual development, intellect opens up, we can see 3 dimensions, but the time dimension is not developed for children. So when he goes to his friend, he can't understand that there is an end there. I am there just for an hour. He can't see it. He feels I am there forever. Understand? No? This is the way his intellect deceives him. I am here forever. So he feels free to create bondages there. He feels he is my friend. He will be with me forever. And then suddenly there is this, as if he is taken away from this place. There is a laceration, feeling of this cut off from his friend. So he feels it is very unfair. And he is not feeling missing. He feels whole world is unfair for him. And he cries for the rest of the 8 hours. So we have, it is because of the mental, development has not happened completely. So we are adults. Are we very different to spin? No. Answer is no. We might be not deceived by 1 hour, but we are very much deceived in this journey of 100 years. We can't handle this 100-year journey even. We feel as if we are here forever. Very fact that we are creating bondages and we really believe we own people, own things, we are not seeing the exit clearly. And then we are deceived, we are going in that spiral, and then we suffer unnecessarily. We need to see the bigger map. There is a language used in spiritual writings, Paras Buddhi and Vishal Buddhi. Vishal Buddhi, broad intellect, where you can see the bigger map. And then this is obvious. If you see it, it is obvious. Not mine. Everything is changing, unpredictable. You can handle it. And then you are still there. Like mother is also there with the family. She enjoys there, whatever needs to be done, but she is happy to go also. She is not crying like the boy. Same thing will happen to us when we are seeing the bigger map. Then we will be able to experience that higher personality and enjoy the place, but enjoy our home also. How? How do we do this? So wherever we are, how can we train ourselves to see the bigger model, bigger map? How can we make the Vishal Buddhi stronger? I might encourage you to draw the sketch, that beautiful sketch that you see there, all the scribbles. Yeah, I might encourage you to draw a sketch like that and keep it in your main room, especially showing the journey of the Musafir, that there is a guaranteed exit. We need to see it many times. These are like micro experiences. You are not sitting there reminding, just you are passing through, sitting it, seeing it. You say, it sort of stretches our intellect. And more you do this many times like this, you will get into your system. Our intellect has to be made stronger. And then the attitudes, reactions will be different. Any other thoughts? Any other easy questions?
What was the name of the lady which you spoke about? Name of the lady, the German.
Right. I don't know the name actually, but if you go into Google, you can say happiest lady, one who doesn't own anything, any money or any penny, something like that. There are books written by her, on her, or by her also. You can mention German lady, something like this. But there must be many people, in Bharat, there must be many examples who are happy, but they are happy not because of the cakes, but happy, super sensuous experiences. Now let us see our, complete model. So far we have seen, our, the theory behind the conscious and the subconscious. We said we need to help the intellect, intellect need to see the map clearly. So let us see the spiritual map, how the model, and then the intellect can be sensible. Spiritual model is that we are travelers, agreed, we are travelers, but we are not just floating as travelers. We have a home. We belong to that world. Invisible Musafir, he belongs here. All belong here. This is the model. All are immortal. That dimension is beyond time. All are immortal. All are secure. Maybe let me ask you a question. It literally means we all are immortal. This is what the statement is. Can you give me some rational explanation on what ground we can say that we are immortal? One reason. One who gives me the rational explanation, you will get a chocolate. Self-confidence. But I am asking rational explanation to make a claim, or is it just a random? Someone says, I'm immortal. I'm saying here, everyone is immortal. Is there some ground for me to take it further, to believe it, that we are really immortal? Or is it just I should believe something?
Energy cannot be created or destroyed.
Energy cannot be destroyed, okay.
I think these are examples of people with past tendencies, and which we can't explain why a person is
Right,
like that.
right.
It's a proof of some continuation.
Some continuation, okay. One argument for me, everyone, no one in this world wants to die. Understand, no? Even those who commit suicide, they attempt suicide. You know what is their next thought? Do you know what? What is their next thought? They took a step. They want to survive. So those who survived the attempt at suicide, they tell you, they take a step, they swallow something, they do something, they want to commit suicide. Their next thought is how to survive. I have seen people who die, but even at any age, they at one time said, I want to die, I want to die. But when they are actually dying, no one wants to die. People want to be immortal. And the same thing applies to animals. They want to be immortal. No one wants to die at all. Where does this instinct come from? Is it possible for you to say, I want mango? If you have never seen a mango in your life, there has always need to be a prior reference. From that, you may have this instinct. So here, very fact that we have this instinct, deep instinct, to be immortal, it tells us that our starting position is immortality. But what has happened? At present, we come into this great theater. Let me change the color of the theater. A bit colorful. So here is the theater. We see this green box is a theater. It's a drama theater. Performance going on there. And the invisible Musafir is also the invisible audience, observer of the theater. He is also the invisible actor. But that is it. He is not part of the theater. Theater is separate. That is going on. Cinderella drama. You are involved in it, but you come out of it. Your world is different. Your world is eternal, and this immortality has a deep answer to our all riddles. When you are immortal, our deep insecurities are addressed. You understand your world is safe, you are safe, and everyone, they become free from that downward spiral altogether. They all are divya, divine, and noble. This applies to each and everyone. But their personality changes completely. They become corrupt, and they become greedy, and they become aggressive, they fight wars. That becomes because they have gone in the other direction. Their intellect changes. They can't see the bigger map. Then they become insecure, and the game changes. So here we are seeing this bigger map. Is there a way I can omit this? Let me see the... Yeah, we'll have to leave it that way. It is a new thing for me, this particular program. But this is like the nice map, spiritual model. It tells that we all have a home, we all have a family, true family, eternal family. It is a world of all of us. We all belong to the one family, and all are noble, divine, immortal. That is the starting position. And we come in this story, we know beforehand it is temporary. We know beforehand it is variety. One person, we got these 8 billion human beings here. Not one is like another person. They all got human appearance, human body, but they are all different, 8 billion. Agree? It really tells us how rich this performance is, drama. Their variety. So we can't expect everyone to be like me. They will be different. But it really doesn't matter. They all are good. Behind the stage, they are all good. If someone is even cheating you, yeah, okay, it's a different part, but he's good. Behind is all. Let us bring this angle that they all are good. Your mind remains good by this. And internally you are safe. Your interaction comes from that higher consciousness, higher perspective, in which there is inner fullness, contentment, that personality that we saw. Personality where there is no emptiness, inner emptiness is not there. Security brings the feeling of inner fullness. When you are insecure, it brings the feeling of inner emptiness. And emptiness, there all the time, it takes different form when there is emptiness. One person said to me that when I was 18 years of age, I wanted this. That was my idea of success. And now he was 50 and he says, I got many times more than what I was hoping. But I feel empty inside. Now I can't think I need more or something, gold or something. I got everything, many times more, but I feel empty. What is the reason, you think? Reason is insecurity has increased. More you go in that downward spiral, you are more insecure. And more insecure you are, there is emptiness inside. It presents as emptiness. And that becomes your reason for some other complicated behavior. So we have the option to introduce this. And let's see that model that we saw here. Draw this sketch also, another sketch. You don't need to show that downward spiral in this. Just that nice, that's what I wanted to delete in this. See this journey of the invisible actor. He comes on the stage, he comes back home, he's safe, he's secure. There is immortality there. And it is not just a blind belief, we are seeing the rational thinking behind this. And we can start playing with this attitude. Every minute you are playing with it, you will just build that higher consciousness, higher personality. It will become stronger. Now let us come to our first sketch that we saw. We said the subconscious mind will change if the director thinks clearly. Director need to understand things clearly. So we are all along seeing how the director can see the bigger map. He shouldn't continue behaving like children. Otherwise it is a childish thinking. And that creates complications here. You start bringing this. And now when he's acting, he's bringing the good guys in action. All the bad guys are there, but director is absolutely in charge of the stage. He allows these good guys to come on the stage. We have to do it once. Those who study subconscious mind, they say, we understood it all. Understand the theory. But still, the first time you want to bring it in, there will be resistance. For a good reason. These bullies are not going to just tell you, you can come and use the mind. Understand? There will be resistance. But you have to use a little bit of determination. Maybe for 1 minute, use focus, use concentration. You know exactly what you are going to practice. Practice it for 1 minute. Once you have done it, he becomes stronger. That good guy becomes stronger. And then to bring him again in the mind second time becomes easier. Understand anything. Say you are talking about someone maybe creating problem to you, and you want to say, I want to change my attitude towards him. I want to forgive him. I want to forgive him. Create that experience once for 1 minute. Create an experience. There will be resistance because this bad guy don't want you to come there. But you create that experience once, and then it changes because that good guy then becomes stronger, and it will become easier in a second time, and then it creates a new spiral. In time, then the subconscious mind, whole thing will change. They're free from bad guys. That is the healing of the subconscious. And the subconscious affects our dreams, subconscious affects our body, our endocrines. Subconscious and the conscious, it has a huge influence on our life. But we saw the game can change from today. It is not a long process. You don't need a therapist. Just these 2 sketches. It is enough. I'll stop here, but it will be nice to hear some thoughts from you, and we'll also create some opportunity to practice some meditation based on this. But you want to?
How to stop thoughts, sir?
how to stop thoughts. Yeah. We do not aim to stop thoughts. In fact, we cannot stop thoughts. And the mind stage is there, and there will always be someone coming on the stage, as was said. But we want to bring in the good guys on this. Like, it is not a big success not to use this. That is not a big success. To throw it away is not a success. But I can use it for the right thing. So our mind and our thoughts, they are such a beautiful gift for us. But let the angel use it rather than the bad guy.
What is the role of subconsciousness in maintaining relationships?
Relationships. Yes, more your subconscious becomes purer, you understand that everyone is good. Silently, I don't need to go and talk to them or tell them, but silently, everyone is good in an extraordinary way. Our starting position of everyone is like this, free from anything inauspicious. That's why Divya, all are divine and noble. You silently know this. And because of that, you have respect for everyone. That drama is different, and so also my actions, I am not proud of all the actions I have done. That is the drama. But silently that regardless of what is happening on the stage, that they are worthy of silent respect, great respect. That is a necessary foundation of good relationships.
How we are differentiating like for stage and backstage we can see. So how we are differentiating between subconscious and conscious mind, like for the
Sure.
stage?
Just as we said, there is a stage that is conscious. You can see what is happening here. And there is a backstage. You can't see them right now, but they are potentially there, and they will come on the stage. So they will come on the stage, in our case, during your waking time, sometimes during your sleep time. Dreams, there is a reason why the dreams come, because they are in the backstage, and they influence the mind.
Hello. Thank you for this wonderful session. It's really an eye opener. I would like to ask one thing which might, I think, benefit all of us. Uh, the thing which you mentioned about realizing the original nature of all being as Divya. So my question is, these things, when there is a stillness in mind, okay, I understand these things, my intelligence accepts all of this, but where the problem comes is when a situation comes up, okay, at that exact point in time, somehow this knowledge of whatever you're sharing, either someone being a pure being or if someone is just captivated by their thoughts, this thing does not come at that point in time. So I just want to understand that at that moment, because if in most other moments I'm getting a thought, for example, if I'm sitting here today, I'm getting this thought and I'm creating and I'm accepting all of us as Divya. But tomorrow morning, when the day comes and when I'm interacting at work or at home, and some situation happens, okay, and somehow at that point in time, if I'm not able to recall this knowledge, okay, then somehow I'm not able to implement it fully into life. So I want to ask that at that moment, okay, there are two questions. At that moment, where does this knowledge of which is within me actually, because I realize it at other points in time. So this knowledge, where is it at that point in time? Second, I know in some situation it comes and stops me. In some situation there's reactions, so that knowledge is not coming. So how can we ensure that in all situations this knowledge stays? Even if the situation is normal, it stays. Even if the situation is against it, then also it stays. Because then only I can create that sense of divine at all points in time. So that's my question.
Yeah, sure. What we mentioned so far, one is the knowledge, that intellect changes, but then the subconscious has to also need to change. Intellect understands, that is not enough, because at a practical level what is working is the subconscious. So that is why you will see, the one subject here is knowledge, like but there are also many rooms, they are for yoga, for meditation. They all have knowledge, people, they all have knowledge, they teach, but they still create time for yoga. And that yoga time, the meditation time, is when you are experiencing it. That homework, we have to clock in hours and hours. Truth is that. Because we have been going in the downward spiral for years. More accurately, for many births, we have been going in the downward spiral. And knowledge by itself doesn't take us right back. Knowledge is the first step to understand it. But then every minute you are experiencing this very clearly, not just passing, words, but experiencing it. You are going up the spiral. That homework. But you will continue to see changes, that you are saying immediate reaction, instincts, why are they not changing? They will change. You might see even in a week's time. You might notice, that's what people tell. They used to get angry, they were and within a week, they notice that they are not getting angry anymore. They are reacting differently. Because things continue to change. Some are deeper sanskars, some are not so deep, but they will keep changing. Method is right. You are coming up the spiral, and that is 100% in your hand. Yeah. No, you can, others will hear also.
Yeah. So I understand this part regarding the meditation, but one small thing here I would like to clarify is in the morning time or before the sleep, we have a background for meditation. I can do it in the morning before going out of home, or when I come home at night I can do it. My advice from you would be, say during this entire daytime in which we do not have a place, for example office, okay, so in office it might not be possible for me to take out the 20 minutes, or there might not be a place also where I can go and do meditation. In such situations, can you help us with 2-3 thoughts or 2-3 lines,
Sure.
which I can either speak to myself silently or I can write it down? Because now over the some time which I'm here, what I have gained is, there before the reaction, there is I can anticipate that it is coming. So it's like before the emotion comes, I can see that it is coming. So I can feel that pause, that in that pause, if I intervene, my reactions will change. Okay. So any 2-3 lines which I can speak silently to myself, even in a meeting, I can speak to myself silently, or with a notepad on a laptop, I can write.
Yeah, sure. The most powerful are the visual images. The reason I am drawing this, they are very effective, and sometimes an image speaks 1,000 words. Definitely put this into practice. Drawing a sketch like this and keeping it in your room, it will continue to give you these micro experiences without you really making any effort. Just you are reminding you, this is a journey. You are seeing the bigger map, and that has to go in. But the words that you are asking for, I might use the word the musafir, and that is, but he is the invisible musafir. Prashant is not a musafir. Prashant belongs to this box, but the invisible musafir is one who is carefree, one who is secure. So writing this, invisible traveler, guest, trustee, the word eternity, that we are all immortal. In Bharat we got Amar Katha, no? It is a whole game is around this. Amar Katha. We are immortal. Just even for 1 minute, just to reflect on this. We are immortal. What a big thing to know. That even the flood may come and terrorist may come, you remain the same. Nothing can harm you, even the slightest. That is the bottom line. You may forget it, but even for 1 minute, let that thought be immersed and experienced, and it all goes in. It all adds to the strength of the intellect, and then eventually reaches the subconscious. And we may not get 20 minutes, but for 1 minute, our whole meditation is playing with these different ideas. Say you are in your office, and for half a minute, you remind that this is what is happening here is a temporary theater. It is all the office environment. Everyone appears to be busy, rushing. But this is a theater here. And they are also travelers. They are also immortal. And they are also divine. Just for 1 minute, you are reminding this. And you carry on with your things. Half a minute, 10 seconds, they have power to shift your mood straight away. Play with it. Then what happens also, it becomes a nice hobby inside. Once you start playing with these different things, it becomes a hobby. You enjoy it. And then it is not by program or by effort. You want to be in that space. Let us create few minutes of practice. And I will speak few words. And for this, we start by keeping the body comfortable. And that's a good idea. Keep the bags and money away, not mine. For next 1 minute, it is not mine. Telling the whole body to relax and choosing a comfortable posture. And we already have Vishal Buddhi, broad intellect. We understand we can use it. We also have Sukshma Buddhi, subtle intellect. With all this, we can clearly see that the physical world is a story world. All that we saw since morning was a story and a drama based on a story. We see like that for this next few minutes. We see everything was a story. And if it is a story, there is nothing to complain about, nothing to worry about. Nothing to be obsessed about, because there are things in a story. With the Vishal Buddhi, we are able to come beyond the story. And beyond the story is silence. There is no noise of the story. We see this world in the image of a sky. We may see it in gentle red color. This world is timeless. Timeless, changeless, endless. This dimension is eternal. We see the reality of this, and in this environment, we are seeing the true self in the image of a living star. This is the home of the true self. This is the home of everyone. All are immortal. All are desireless. They need nothing for their existence. All are sorrowless. That's why all are divya, divine and noble. All we have done is use the right intellect, and we are seeing this extraordinary truth, like the biggest prize anyone can win. In this prize we discover the true family, true home, but also the true self. He is the invisible traveler in the image of a tiny living star. As he continues on his journey in the sky and on earth, we understand and remember the immensely beautiful truth of everyone. Thank you.